Hey YouTube, it's me, Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka Wakanda Snatch One, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title, the thumbnail in the video, this is my WWE NXT review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more rest of content, because I'm on the road to 12K subs and I'm on the road to YouTube partner. So go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights. And go follow my social media down below in the description. Let's get started. WWE NXT was a solid tape show, and yeah, it was just a solid. It was just a solid average tape show, and I give this show a 4 out of 10. WWE NXT was live from the Performance Center in Winter Park, Florida. It says contenders Big Joe, commentaries Big Joseph and Booker T. Transcription by Isaac Lopez, Josh Lopez. Alright, so we get the first match: Lola Vice versus Easy Dame, accompanied by Sean Spears. Why did Easy Dame look just like Sonya Deville with blonde wig? So Easy Dame looks just like Sonya Deville with blonde wig. That's all I gotta say. But this match right here, this was just a average, not average. This match right here was just decent for what it was. Easy Dame drives Lola Vice back first into the turnbuckles. Easy Dame with club and shoulder blocks. Lola Vice rolls Easy Dame over for a 2 count. Forearm exchange. Lola Vice with a chop slash knee lift combination. Lola Vice rapid fires body shots against the ropes. Easy Dame shows Lola Vice. Lola Vice does a clothesline from Easy Dame. Easy Dame clotheslines Lola Vice. Lola Vice applies a triangle choke. Easy Dame tugs on Lola Vice hair. Lola Vice with 2 overhand chops. Lola Vice with a rebound arm drag. Lola Vice follows that with the spinning heel kick. Easy Dame regroups on the outside. Lola Vice with a flying seated senton off the ring apron. Lola Vice is fired up. Lola Vice rolls Easy Dame back into the ring. Lola Vice punches Easy Dame in the ribs. Lola Vice whips Easy Dame across the ring. Lola Vice repeatedly kicks Easy Dame in the ribs. Easy Dame body slams Lola Vice for a 2 count. Easy Dame with a chop slash forearm combination. Easy Dame uppercuts Lola Vice. Easy Dame whips Lola Vice across the ring. Lola Vice thirst kick the midsection of Easy Dame. Easy Dame slams Lola Vice head on the top turnbuckle pad. Lola Vice sidesteps Easy Dame into the turnbuckles. Lola Vice sweeps out the legs of Easy Dame. Lola Vice with clubbing mid kicks. Easy Dame, Easy Dame ducks Lola Vice with a back elbow smash. Easy Dame kicks Lola Vice in the gut. Easy Dame goes for a body slam, but Lola Vice counters with that sleeper hold. Easy Dame drives Lola Vice back first into the canvas. Easy Dame toys around with Lola Vice. Easy Dame blocks a boot from Lola Vice. Easy Dame with a release German suplex. Easy Dame has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Lola Vice blocks the Boston Crab. Lola Vice with a drop toe hold in the middle of the ring, in the middle of the turnbuckle pad. Lola Vice rolls Easy Dame over for a 2 count. Lola Vice with the rolling curve flick for a 2 count. Lola Vice with 3 spin kicks. Lola Vice follows that with rapid fire shoulder kicks. Lola Vice does a closeout from Easy Dame. Lola Vice with a snap German suplex. Lola Vice with club and hip attacks. Easy Dame hammers down on the back of Lola Vice's neck. Easy Dame goes for a body slam, but Lola Vice lands back on her feet. Lola Vice ducks. Easy Dame with breaks the LFG podium with the chainsaw. Tano Patsy ran off Sean Spears. Lola Vice connects with the 305 to pick up the victory. After the match, Kelani Jordan attacks Lola Vice from behind. Jordan Grace transitions into a ground and pound attack. Jordan Grace drives Lola Vice face first into the bottom turnbuckle pad. Kelani Jordan repeatedly stomps on Lola Vice's chest, Kehlani Jordan repeatedly kicks Lola Vice in the face. The referee had to pull Kehlani Jordan off of Lola Vice. The winner by pinfall, Lola Vice. This was a decent match for what it was. We head to the women's locker room. Jordynne Grace is watching the replay of Thea Hale winning the NXT Women's North America Championship on her iPad. Jordynne Grace tells Thea Hale that she rewatches this match thousands of times from different angles, and she is clearly won. The referee did his job. Thea Hale, Thea Hale really appreciates the kind words from Jordynne Grace. She admits that last week was a bit controversial, but she regroups. But she's gonna go out there and address the WWE Universe as their Women's North American Champion. Thea tells Jordynne Grace that she wanted to thank her for standing up for her against Blake Monroe. It really meant a lot to her. Jordynne Grace says anything. Thea Hale says that she's got this as she walks out of the locker room. Jordynne Grace says to herself that she'll have to see what the hell it says next. So we get superstars from AAA are now available on WWE Supercard app. Alright, I'm just gonna be real. It says we see Ethan Page talking to Blake Monroe. Yeah, talking to Blake Monroe in the locker room. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So it says right here that where was I? It says we see Ethan Page. You said Ethan Page talking to Miles Bourne in the we see Ethan Page talking to Miles Bourne in the locker room. Ethan Page says that he probably the last person Miles Bourne wants to see right now, but out of the goodness of his heart, he gave him fantastic advice to put his career on the path to success. But Miles Bourne, Miles Bourne chose not to listen. And instead he would rather sit here and soak and ask himself why. Will you know who happy and what's that say? Well, what's that say? It says right here. It says and Leon. It says who's happy that Miles Bourne did not listen to Ethan. Leon Slater. He says the match that Miles Bourne really wanted at New Year's Evil, and all he had to do was make a small change. It could have been Miles Bourne who was facing over family. Look at guys like Trick Williams and Ricky Saints that made small changes, and now their careers are skyrocketing, and they're better off for it. Everybody wants to pretend that Raw and SmackDown is the Shark Tank. Well, according to Ethan Page, it's not NXT. NXT is the Shark Tank. Better yet, this place is an ocean. If Miles Bourne could survive in NXT, Raw and SmackDown would be a cakewalk. Ethan Page has some patient advice in going to 2026. He either moves up or moves out. Ethan Page tells Miles Bourne to write this down. Next week, Miles Bourne will have the opportunity to watch Ethan Page take down one of the TNA wrestlers, Moose. And that was a alright segment in my opinion. So we get Blake Monroe and Thea Hale segment. This segment was okay for what it was, but in my opinion, Thea Hale, like I said, Thea Hale won the women's NXT Women's North America Championship. Good moment for her, but she should never have won that match that way. Even Bully Ray said it in his podcast that Blake Monroe's shoulder was up, and that's all I gotta say. This will say okay. This will say yeah. This will say I might as well say this will say okay segment for what it was. Dear hell. Thank you. I know last week was a little bit controversial. Some people couldn't believe that I won. I couldn't believe that I won, but it did. But I did it. I always heard people talking about what it's like to be a champion. I was, I seen the smiles. I heard the words. I seen the celebrations. But nothing prepares for you what's like to actually have one on your shoulder. I've been NXT Women's North America Championship for a week, and this is the greatest thing in my life. You guys have watched me grow up, and life is so hard. Sometimes I was, sometimes I was a senior in high school, and I was an 18-year-old girl. I got so many opportunities that I never, and I would get so young, and all of that led me to this moment. All of all of the lessons Mr. Chase taught me, all of the losing, all of the loss, all of the championship matches that I come up short in, all the friendships we lost, we had all the friendship I lost have led me here. Alright, it says so many people doubted me. So many people said I couldn't do this, but I believe in the moment when it matters the most. And when you believe, you believe. When you believe, you believe. And you believe hard enough. You make history. You become the youngest NXT Women's North America champion in history. Growing up and from in front of the WWE Universe has been hard. Finding your footing as a 20-something-year-old girl. Losing yourself and finding yourself at the same time has been difficult. It's been messy, but it's been real. And with this title, I finally feel the confidence I've been lacking. I finally feel like a grown, you know what, woman, and I want nothing more than to celebrate with each and every single one of you. Blake Monroe says, "It make it in the hell. That's enough. That that was a fluke. That was a mistake, and it was it I have to deal with. I never thought the number three should haunt me so much, but here we are." The hell said Blake womp. Blake Monroe said, "All that matters now is I want my NXT Women's North American NXT Women's North American Championship back right now. Hand it over, give it back." The hell says, "No, sorry, Blake Monroe, but it's my North American Championship. You lost. You lost the referee. Count 1, 2, 3." Blake Monroe said, "Stop that. You and I both know that the referee had no idea what he was doing. I want my rematch. This is bless him." The hell says, "Oh no, oh Blake, you know if you were in my position, you would not give me a rematch. But because I faced things head on, you got it. New Year's Evil." Blake Monroe says, "Oh, don't pity me." Blake Monroe rocks Thea Hill with a forearm smash. Blake Monroe and Thea Hill got into a massive pull apart brawl to close this segment. Alright, Taven highlights Eli Knight vintage. Sarah Screever had backstage interview with Soraka Gonzaria. How would Soraka feel about wrapping up 2025 as the new Women's United States Champion? Soraka says that it will feel incredible if 2025 has taught her anything. Is that you can't control the waves, but you can learn how to ride them. Soraka knows that is a Celine saying, but She went from being a double champion during the WrestleMania week to watch both of them leave her hands without her losing them herself. That's nobody's fault, but then again, it was the most difficult part of the year. However, Soroka did beat Bayley at John Cena's last match at Saturday night's main event. She's a lucky girl, and she's lucky to have Zarya as her best friend. When Soroka beats Chelsea Green tonight, there is going to be no better feeling than to being champion again with her best friend by her side. Zarya says that Soroka deserves to be champion again, and she's going to be there at ringside to help her out. So we get the second match: Tavion Heights versus Eli Knight in a first round match in the WWE Man Speed Championship tournament. This was a squash match. Eli Knight drop kicked Tavion Heights to the floor. Eli Knight drop kicked Tavion Heights off the apron. Eli Knight with a springboard moonsault to the outside. Eli Knight rolls Tavion Heights back into the ring. Eli Knight with a flying splash for a 2 count. Eli Knight applies a front face lock. Tavion Heights blocks a boot from Eli Knight. Tavion Heights with a back heel trip. Tavion Heights goes for a roll through fireman's carry toss, but Eli Knight lands it back on his feet. Eli Knight whips Tavion Heights across the ring. Eli Knight drops down on the canvas. Eli Knight leapfrogs over Tavion Heights. Eli Knight with a leaping leg lyric. Eli Knight with a discussed corner clothesline. Eli Knight dumps Tavion Heights back first on the canvas. Eli Knight with a snap moonsault for a 2 count. Tavion Heights watches Eli Knight with a forearm smash. Tavion Heights goes for a belly to back suplex, but Eli Knight lands on his feet. Eli Knight with a pump kick. Eli Knight hits the sliced bread. Eli Knight goes for another moonsault, but Tavion Heights ducks out of the way. Tavion Heights connects with the side belly to belly suplex to pick up the victory. After the match, Tavion Heights shakes hands with Eli Knight. The winner of the match by pinfall, Tavion Heights. This was a squash match. Coming out of the commercial break, we see Blake Monroe looking for the referee that caused her last week. Justin Drake introduced himself to Blake Monroe. Justin Drake tells Blake Monroe if she will follow him, she will love the Vanity Project. Tries to flirt with Blake Monroe with 3 Christmas presents. They feel that Blake Monroe should still be the NXT Women's North American Champion. They believe in Blake Monroe. They're calling it the Orlando Screw Job. Ricky Smokes ponders the idea of their hell beating Blake Monroe at New York City. Blake Monroe gets pissed and tells Smoke to get out of her face and leaves the presence. Voting is open now of the 2025 NXT Years Ends Awards. Go to WWE.com for more details. They'll be revealing the awards on NXT next week. Oba Femi and Leon Slater sit down interview. This was a fantastic interview. Kelly Kincaid, I would like to welcome both NXT champion Oba Femi and his challenger at New Year's Eve, TNA's X Division champion Leon Slater. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. Oba Femi would like to start with you because what a dominant year. You started out a New Year's Eve by pinning the NXT champion and a title that you held for over 7 months. But that, by the way, including a main event, stand and delivery. Recently, you defeated Ricky Saints to become your 2-time NXT champion, and even more recent than that, you went toe to toe with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night's main event as part of Johnson's last show. So what has this year's been like for you? Over Family says Kelly 2025 has been a year of success. I was able to erase the one blemish that almost ruined the near perfect ring. Every single bold claim I made this year, I have been able to back it up with complete excellent. And there is no doubt in anybody's mind that for the past 2 years, I have been the ruler of NXT. But I wanted to make a point when I came back on in November. The show would that I'm not just the ruler of NXT. I am the ruler of the WWE, and in a Saturday night's main event, there was a shift in universe, and Cody Rhodes felt that shift. More importantly, the WWE Universe felt that shift as well, and in 2 weeks, this young, hungry lion will feel the shift at New Year's Eve. This was a good sit down interview with Obafemi and Leon Slater. Alright, Captain Kelly, very, very strong words from the ruler and Leon Slater. I could see you smiling. Leon Slater, yeah, because his brother believes every word he says, but so do I, and I don't get and don't get me wrong. Over Family, I'm waiting into the biggest match of my life, and the most difficult match of my life at New Year's Eve. Kelly Kincaid says, "Okay, Leon Slater, the youngest in charge, and everyone knows how young are you. Everyone has seen you fly around the ring, and Swanton 450 is truly a thing of beauty. But give a little more insight into the youngest in charge. In charge. Leon Slater. I mean, wrestling found me at a very young age. I'm not gonna lie. I think I had a void in my life that I needed filling at the time, and I couldn't really figure it out what it was until I found wrestling, and that was it, man. I mean, I remember my cousin put me on the video game. He put me on the action figure. He put me on the DVD, and I was spun for it. Cause I mean, I started training at 9 years old, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's when it's all you think about, when it's all you talk about, when all you want to do. It doesn't sound so mad, and I think for myself, I understand it's not normal upbringing for a kid, but being the only man in the house, being me and my mom and my sister, the youngest in charge, it's not just a monker. It's not just a nickname. It was I had to become, and I served me pretty well so far. I can't lie, and I have no intention on slowing down. I mean, I'm a record breaker. I'm a moment maker. In 2 weeks, another big one awaits. Over Femi says, Leon Slater, you have a very inspiring story, but when you stand across the ring from me, your soul story has no happy ending. But it says right here, Leon Slater says, okay, bro, you don't need to give me all that. I mean, listen, I'm not one of those trash talks. I let my ability do speaking for me, and yours speaks volume as well. And at New Year's Eve, I guess we're going to figure out who speaks the loudest. You feel me? Old Family says we'll see. Old Family shakes hands with Leon Slater and conclude this interview. This was a good sit down interview between Leon Slayer and Nova Femi, Ricky Sainz, and Giovanni Evans segment. Evans says clearly things did not end last week. Instead, they just escalated. So now I'm out here with security, and both of you asked for this time. So let's try it again. First, Giovanni Evans and low key Ricky Sainz. All right, it says right here. Yeah, it says right here. Um, Ricky Sainz, see that right there. I was talking about you don't have the emotions, illusions like me. You're too imposed, and for all of your um shortcomings, you're still hyped up as the future of the company. You could barely read a card, much less shoulder and responsibility it takes to be the face of a brand. Whereas with me, in the model, you should be modeling yourself after me, after Ricky Sainz. Giovanni Evans says, Ricky ain't even gonna lie. I'm about to rock you. It was says Giovanni. Giovanni says no, because he knows it doesn't have to be like that. All you had to do was let me handle over family. You know I had over family beat, but no, Ricky Sanchez is jealous. And why this? And why is that? Why are you jealous? I know why. It's because you not the guy you think you are. I'm going. If we're gonna be real, Ricky Sainz says I am very bit of the man that I said I am. I could go to Good Morning America, hop on an airplane, and go and hand out awards, shake hands, and kiss babies, and you can barely sit out two sentences together. Sounds like you got marbles in your mouth. I'll check every box. Giovanni says everybody's boss. You know what? You know what? You might be right, but I check boxes for Nick Aldis, and now appears to put me on Raw and SmackDown. You haven't been there yet. I know I check boxes for John Cena to put on his final show. Talking about John Cena's last show. You wasn't even mentioned. You, Ricky, Ricky, and you wasn't even thought about. But I'll be real with you. I didn't beg with these fans. I didn't beg this crowd, these fans, these people to pick me over you. And what I'm supposed to slow down. You can't keep up if you being real. You're tripping and you're not, and you're out. You know what mine. Ricky Sainz says no, I am not. It says I'm in my right mind. Giovanni Evans says, hey, if you keep talking to me like a little kid, I'm going to beat your you know what like grown men. Ava says, okay. I have had enough. Listen, you two can prove who's better next week. For the last time, 1-by-1, Giovanni Evans versus Ricky Sainz, and this and it ends then. Fatal influence. It says fatal influence interrupted a conversation Kendall Gray was having with Vince Sinclair in the backstage area. Following him, he says that the Kendall Gray train continues to roll along. So it's said to Steen will come off in 2 weeks. Vince Sinclair says that the win Quarter Catch Crew is all about results, and when Kendall Gray gets that W at New Year's Evil, she will be the new NXT Women's Champion. Laney Reed mocks Vince Sinclair. Laney Reed says that Vince Sinclair clearly yells a lot for someone who has never accomplished anything. Kendall Gray says that's cruel coming from a third wheel. Jesse Jane has no time for the catness. Jesse Jane like Winston Clare better when she was afraid of her own shadow. Just because she was female Mighty Mouse standing next to her, Winston Clare suddenly has all of this confident. Jesse Jane says that Kendall Gray is going to find out why she's not on her level. At New Year's Eve, with Jesse Jane says that she needs to tune up matches. Jesse Jane is challenging to a match next week. Winston Clare accepts Jesse Jane challenge. Jordan Grace tells Jesse Jane to watch her back. All right, so we get the third match: Chance Lorenzo and Ariana Grace, CeeLo Hill and Skylar Ray, and the Christmas Chaos Miss Tag Team match. In this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This match was decent. Decent match what it was. Ariana Grace slaps Hill in the face before the bell rings. Ray proceeds to slap Lorenzo in the face. Ray slams Grace's head on the ring apron. Hill punches Lorenzo in the back. Hill drives Lorenzo back first into the apron. Grace kicks Ray in the gut. Grace slams Ray head on the top turnbuckle pad. Rain kicks Grace in the face. Ray applies a side headlock. Grace whips Ray across the ring. Grace drops down on the canvas. Lorenzo Channing falls over Ray. Lorenzo drops down on the canvas. Ray with the inverted atomic drop. Lorenzo tosses smack to Ray. Shallow Hill with the atomic drop. Lorenzo was moments away from falling on the top of Ariana Grace. Ray drop kicks Grace. Lorenzo is throwing haymakers at Hill. Hill bites on Lorenzo. Ray puts a gift box over Grace's head. Hill clotheslines on Lorenzo over the top rope. Hill sends Ray crashing into the Grace and Lorenzo on the outside. Ray rolls Grace back into the ring. Ray grabs a candy cane. Grace whips Ray back first into the turnbuckles. He smashes a keyboard across the back of Lorenzo. Grace attacks Hill with a candy cane. Ray stops Grace in her tracks. Tug of war, chicken fight, and went apart. Grace with the pump kick. Grace punches Ray in the ribs. Ray sends Grace towards Lorenzo, right boot. Hill with the corner clothesline. Grace goes for the body slam, but Ray lands back on her feet. Ray sends Grace to the corner. Ray with a running hip attack. Grace and Lorenzo get tied up in the tree of woe. Candy cane whipping session. Lorenzo and Grace regain control of the match. During the commercial break, Lorenzo attacked the midsection of Hill with the candy cane. Grace is brawling with Ray on the outside. Grace invertedly low blows Lorenzo with the blue blow ball. He gives Grace his fake teeth. Hill with two clotheslines. Hill tees off on Lorenzo. Hill with a bow throw. Ray with a double missile drop kick. He delivers the pounce. Hill with a standing flipping senton splash for a 2 count. Hill dumps Lorenzo out of the ring. Hill puts a garland on top of Lorenzo. Ray sends Grace crashing through a Christmas tree at ringside. Hill with a running leg drop on the apron. Hill and Ray start launching sugar cookies into the crowd. Grace throws the Christmas tree at Hill and Ray. Grace attacks Hill and Ray with a metal cookie sheet. Lorenzo and Grace start making out. Ray used a hook of the candy cane to drive Grace back first into the steel ring post. Hill nails Lorenzo with a pump kick. Hill pours multiple pine cones on a table. Hill powerbombs Lorenzo through the pine cone table. Ray connects with a fall splash to pick up the victory. The winner of the match, Silo Hill and Skylar Ray. And it says we see Darcy to Ava in her office. The Atlantic wants to have a match with Joe Energy. Joe Energy appears from behind and over Ava's back bookshelf. Joe Energy tells the Atlantic that he shouldn't have a long face. The reason to be married. The Atlantic doesn't care about Christmas. Joe Hendry calls him a shot at the NXT Championship. If Christmas isn't the Atlantic thing, how about some positively going into 2026? The Atlantic says that he's about to show Joe Hendry something. Ava says he will know. Ava says we'll have no brawling in her office. Dylan tells Darkseid that it's time to go. Color James tells Georgie to keep his head on a swivel. Georgie has an idea. Georgie pitches a concert for next week. Ava says that the WWE Universe would love that. Kelly Kincaid has a backstage interview with OTM with 2025 coming to a close. What's ahead of OTM going into 2026? They are going to take that loss to Hank and Tank on the chin because they're all about relentless in 2026. They're not pulling Lucy, and Price says that Hank and Tank will see them again. The Vanity Project joins the conversation. Swipe Right gives Christmas presents to Kelly. OTM is Chris. The Vanity Project says that they're bringing a gift to the tag team division in 2026. He calls that 2026 the gift is called Swipe Right. Price tells Brad Baylor if they told them again, they're going to pay. OTM has no time for anything and then give exchange. They would rather make them pay in pain. Alright, so we get the fourth match. Lexis King versus Andre Chase in a first round match in the WWE's Man Speed Championship tournament. And this match right here is squash. Lexis King with a running toe kick after the bell. Lexis King with two overhand chops. Lexis King sends Chase to the corner. Chase sidestep King into the turnbuckles. Chase scores two elbows knockdowns. Chase ducks a clothesline from King. Chase with a swinging neckbreaker for a 1 count. King blocks a boot from Chase. Chase with a step up insecurity. Chase super kicks King on a ring apron. Chase with a flying clothesline off the apron. Chase rolls King back in the ring. Chase dives over King. King super kicks Chase for a 2 count, transition into a ground and pound attack. Lexis King with a full mount cover for a 2 count. Lexis King kicks Chase in the face. Chase with a 2 haymakers. Lexis King dodges to step up insecurity. King delivers the drive-by for a 2 count. Chase denies the coronation. Chase with a swinging arm wringer. Chase with a cold breaker on the left shoulder of King. Chase follows that with a blistering chop. Lexis King reverses out of the Irish whip for Chase. Lexis King goes for a pendulum backbreaker, but Chase counters with a slide Russian leg sweep. Chase applies a curved lock. Lexis King ducks Chase with a back elbow smash. Lexis King sends Chase to the apron. Chase with a straight right hand. Lexis King responds with an up kick. Lexis King connects with a combination to pick up the victory. The winner of the match, Lexis King by pinfall. This was a squash match. Alright, we see Kalani Jordan crashing out in the backstage arena. Osborne and Timmy Eyes contemplate their future going into 2026. Osborne says that maybe Ethan Page was right. Hank and Take are on cloud 9 about 2026. Timmy Eyes tells Osborne to lock in. He has his back. Next week on NXT, Ricky says will battle Javon Ellis. Ethan Page will put his WWE NXT Championship, North American Championship on the line against Moose. We have a Joe Hendry New Year's Evil concert plus Jesse Jane Claus will win Sinclair. Fifth match, Chelsea Green coming by Alpha Fire and Ethan Page versus Soruka coming by Zarya for the WWE Women's United States Championship match. And I'm just gonna say this here. This match right here, solid main event. Alright, Soruka with a drop toe hold after the bell rings. Soruka stomps on the back of Chelsea Green's knees. Soruka applies the front face lock. Chelsea Green with the club and arm wringers. Chelsea Green applies the wrist lock. Wrist lock. Soruka with a cartwheel escape. Soruka ducks a close-up from Chelsea Green. Soruka with a spinning face paint. Soruka applies the surfboard stretch. Soruka sends Chelsea Green face first into the canvas. Chelsea Green kicks Soruka in the face. Soruka pulls Chelsea Green away from the ropes. Alpha Fire tries to interfere. Zarya yanks Alpha Fire out of the ring. Chelsea Green with the hair pull takedown. Chelsea Green with a slap. Chelsea Green toss smack to the crowd. Running forearm exchange. Chelsea Green with a slap. Soruka close on Chelsea Green over the top rope. Soruka with a Orahara moonsault. Soruka is fired up. Soruka starts the wave. Chelsea Green regains control of the match during the commercial break. Chelsea Green applies a full Nelson lock with her legs. Soruka bridges her back for a 2 count. Chelsea Green applies a body scissors hold. Soruka with repeated back elbow smash. Soruka transitions into a ground and pound attack. Soruka thirst kick in midsection of Chelsea Green. Soruka hammers down on the back of Chelsea Green's neck. Soruka unloads 3 overhand chops. Soruka whips Chelsea Green across the ring. Soruka with 2 corkscrew elbow strikes. Chelsea Green reverses out of an Irish whip from Soruka. Chelsea Green goes for the monkey flip, but Soruka lands back on her feet. Soruka ducks a clothesline from under Soruka with a release German suplex. Soruka with a missile draw kick. Soruka pops back on her feet. Soruka draws Chelsea Green with a running knee strike for a 2 count. Soruka dives over Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green hits the Rough Rider for a 2 count. Chelsea Green is displaying her frustration. Chelsea Green goes for a prettier, but Soruka rolls her over for a 2 count. Soruka decks Chelsea Green with a back elbow smash. Chelsea Green with a German suplex off the second rope. Chelsea Green goes for a double team springboard elbow drop, but Soruka ducks out of the way. Soruka nails Chelsea Green with a cartwheel DDT for a 2 count. Ethan Page put Chelsea Green's foot on the bottom rope. Zarya is pissed. Moose and Ethan Page starts brawling on the outside. Soruka drives Chelsea Green face first into the top turnbuckle pad. Soruka goes for the Soul Snatcher, but Alpha Fire gets in the way. Chelsea Green yanks Soruka off the turnbuckles. Chelsea Green connects with their prettier to pick up the victory. After the match, Zarya spared the Secret Harvest. Soruka plans the Secret Harvest with a double Soul Snatcher as the show goes out there. The winner of the match and still your WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green. This match right here, this was a solid main event for what it was. Check out this episode 496 of the Hoots podcast. And WWE NXT goes up there. But let me give my honest opinion. One thing about WWE NXT, and I'm just gonna be honest real quick. Now WWE NXT was a solid average tape show for what it was, and I give it a solid show, and I give it a solid 4 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE NXT review and highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more West content I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 12K and become a YouTube partner. Go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights I posted on the channel today. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tonight for my WWE and my upcoming world premiere for my WWE NXT review and highlights at around 4 o'clock, at around 5 o'clock a.m. on YouTube. So stay too sweet. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And Merry Christmas Eve to everybody.